everybody, this is Sherry and I'm doing a video response for the SNL Design Team Challenge for 2016. So what I did, and to start off by telling you, they're all about using what you have in your stash. So for this project, the only thing I purchased was this, which is a $1.50 stamp from Michael's. I didn't have a lot of Valentine's Day things, and I wanted to make a card for my nephew, or my great nephew. And so I thought this would be a really cool boy idea for a card. So I used Stampin' Up! Gumball Green ink, scoot that aside, and I stamped that right there. And what I did was I just took some scraps that I had laying on my table from where I'm working on finishing up my December daily. I stamped it out and I trimmed it out. I didn't, necessarily measure it in any way at all, but it came out to be just right around 2 inches, 2-inch square. So I decided I was going to do a 4x4 card. Let me zoom you out here a little bit. So what I did was I took an 8-inch by 4-inch piece of paper, scored it, and now I'll just crease it with my bone folder. And any other time, I am like a fanatic about making sure everything is precise and how the measurements are. But this card, I just wanted it to be fun. So I got my next piece and I decided that it was going to be white. So it's going to go right there. And this one, I think, is 3 1/4 square. And so I'm just going to use my ATG and get that hooked on. And forgive me if this is not straight, because that is one thing I am not very good at. As much as I wish I was, I'm not. So there's that. The next piece I didn't measure, to be honest. I have no idea what size it is, but I wanted it to frame the frog piece. So there's the next one. So I'm going to make this flat because my nephew is still young and I don't want to risk him pulling it off and eating Pop-Dots. So I figured doing it flat was the best thing, not to mention I would be able to, mail it easier. So we're going to put a little frog guy in the center of this piece. And again, like I said, I didn't measure this. I just knew that that's how I wanted it to be. And like I said, I don't normally do stuff like this, so I can't believe that for something as important as a tryout for this is what I felt like I should do. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're not going to attach him just yet. I have these Scrappy Mom stamps. Let's see, I don't know what their name is. Oh, Furry Friends. And I've had them forever. And I think I've only used that one right there. So I found this Wishing You a Happy Day. And if you'll excuse my shaking, please. I'm not feeling good today. So for some reason, I'm all over the place. So I'm going to get out my stamp. And they also had on here that I could have used Totally Devoted to You. And let's see. There was another set that I had that had Happy Birthday. But it's not a birthday. So that wouldn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my block. And I just got an acrylic block here. And I shouldn't have stuck down that white piece in case I messed up, but it's a little late now. It's alright. There's no mistakes in paper crafting. Isn't that what everybody says? And because I've never stamped this before, I will stamp it on a scrap just to make sure that it's going to take the ink well. Perfect. It just takes a couple tries usually. When you have a new stamp, you kind of need to condition it a little. So it says, wishing you a happy day. And I'm going to put that in the middle here. And leave it for a second for the ink to transfer. Ta-da! That is cool. I like that. Okay, close up my ink. Now I can put my little frog piece on here. I like that. I think my nephew is going to think this is great nephew. I keep, to me, they're nephews and nieces. I don't care how far out they go. And so I think he's really going to like this. I think he's going to think it's funny and cute. Oh, I'm so tickled. Okay, so I'm going to put that up there. So I leave about the same on this side and then the same up here as down here. So we've used the Scrappy Mom stamps. We've used the Stampin' Up ink that I've had, my bone folder that I had, my scraps for the card. And then I've got this Happy Valentine's Day sentiment. I didn't have one. I couldn't believe I didn't have a Happy Valentine's Day. How can you be a crafter? Been crafting for, my golly, 20 some years and not have a Happy Valentine's Day stamp. I must be completely crazy. Again, I'm going to just make sure that this is on here good and that I don't need to worry about anything. I think I need to I'm going to need to re-ink my pad. Yeah, I'm most definitely going to need to re-ink my pad. So I'm going to line that up and just stamp it right here in the middle. Again, I just give it a second for the ink to transfer. I know some people do that, some people don't. You know, it works, you know. Whatever works for you, that's what you do. And so for the back, I'm going to use, let me refold that because now that I've opened it and stuff, it's not laying down flat. Well, probably better to do it this way. I don't have a personalized stamp yet for the back of my cards. I've got a couple ideas. I just can't make up my mind which one I want. So I'm going to use this one, and it's a Magnolia Tilda stamp, and it just goes on right there. It says limited edition, hand stamped with love by, and I will sign my name. So that is it, guys. This was a super easy, super quick, simple Valentine that you could do with your kids. You don't have to add wishing you a happy day. You could have just put Happy Valentine's Day at the top and let your kids sign on this on the inside. So it was pretty quick and pretty easy and clean and simple. If you like this card, whoops, I got a glue string. If you like this card, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.